not quite in tempo.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the program. It's episode 82. Last week, we took a week off from the news to discuss the Snyder Cut. It was one of the most controversial episodes of Multiplex Love movies yet. Not actually. We actually had a very civil discussion. It was kind of weird, but we're back with the movie news. My life is joyless because my Blu-rays are in boxes. My life is in shambles, but my internet will hopefully get better in 2 days. So the next time you see this program, we'll see if I cut out at all. I will cut out tonight. It's going to be great. Returning to the program after weeks away is both starting off with Kaleb Koho. Kaleb,
hi. Good. It's going to be fun. My heart is broken by one news story that I didn't know was a news story until last night, and I'm sad.
I think I know which one it is. And Maggie gave you a few weeks off, didn't make you come on and talk about the Snyder Cut, much to Michael Campbell's disappointment. But quick, give us your thoughts on the Snyder Cut, and how are you?
Snyder Cut was not very good. I did not have a good time. Generally, I'm good. Very sleepy, but that is what it is.
That is the macaw like catchphrase I've ever heard one. Like, I'm good, but I'm sleepy. So we're gonna break down the news today. Lots of casting news, surprisingly, but the big thing we're gonna talk about first is gonna be this Disney shit. So let's just get right into it. Disney last week decided it would be okay to mess with my soul. And no pun intended, and delay a bunch of its films. And that's not even the worst of it. So we're going to talk about the delays first. The big things are like Black Widow was going to come out May 7th. It's now releasing July 9th in theaters and on Disney Plus with premiere access. Shang-Chi has moved to September. So that is the other MCU movie that's changing because Black Widow is taking Shang-Chi's old spot. But as far as we know, Eternals is staying in November and Spider-Man is staying in December. So we're still getting all four of those films even closer together. Free Guy is now moving to August. It's coming out the day after my birthday, so that'll be a nice little birthday treat. The King's Man, that movie, I don't know if we're ever going to see it because now it's coming out Christmas. Deep Water, couldn't tell you what that is, but Death on the Nile, Koho's most anticipated movie of 2019, is now coming out in February of 2022. And then before we get into the big thing, let's talk about these. So it's really funny. I can't give too much information because it's like insider information from like my place of employment, but like something very big was coming down the pipe for my place of work, and then we found out Black Widow moved the same day, and it was like, the fuck, man? So now, the funny thing is, the movie's coming out in July. It's taking Shang-Chi's spot, and it's coming to Disney Plus with premiere access as well. But, you know, Cruella, that gets to sit safe and sound over Memorial Day. So it's weird. But the big thing about this Black Widow news is it's now coming out the week after Fast 9, which is going to be a huge movie. And then you get Black Widow like the week after or 2 weeks after. They're very close together. It's either 1 or 2 weeks. I don't remember. So to me, that's kind of like, why move it? Sure, more people are going to be vaccinated by July. So I think they're hoping that we get more people by then. But all of the reports that I read said that Raya underperformed Mulan on premiere access. So I don't know why we're still chugging along with this premiere access thing in July. I hope that stops after a while. It just seems weird to me. Koho, what do you think about some of these movies?
So I'll get the ones that I care less about out of the way. So Kingsman looks dope every time I see that trailer. It looks like it's gonna be fun. I hope it comes out on Christmas. That'd be nice. Black Widow and Shang-Chi. It sucks that they're moving, but like I get it. As long as I get to see them this year, I'm happy. It sucks I'm waiting longer. The one that hurts my soul is I've waited so long to see Hercule Poirot's majestic mustache again. And this man is now in February of next year, and that was my most anticipated movie of 2020. It's now 2022. What are we doing? I want to see Death on the Nile so damn bad. At this point, it's like, why move it? Like, just throw that on Disney Plus. I'm ready to just watch it. Let me just watch Death on the Nile.
Maggie, any thoughts from you?
So Spider-Man didn't move, right? It was just the two of them?
No, just the Shang-Chi and Black Widow moved. Eternals is staying in November. Spider-Man is staying in December. Spider-Man is technically a Sony release, so Disney doesn't have... Really, technically, they could drop it tomorrow, and Disney couldn't say boo about it. It's a Sony.
So then why are they moving Kingsman to Christmas? That feels like a mistake.
If it's coming out, Kingsman is now coming out the week after Spider-Man. Actually, let me just double check on that. But I'm pretty.
They're trying to bury that, man.
Yeah, for real.
So Spider-Man comes out December. Yeah, it comes out December 17th, and Kingsman comes out the 22nd, which is the Wednesday after. So it's like 5
unless there
days
are
after.
plans to move Spider-Man and they just haven't been announced yet.
It's possible,
because
but
that just seems bizarre to me.
That's it. That's all you got. Okay.
I mean,
I didn't know if you were going to keep going or not.
I mean, it's sad, but it is what it is. Like, tis the story of the COVID. Like,
yeah, I thought we were done with this shit, but here we are. Yeah, the big thing is that the same day that they announced all this stuff, Disney also announced that Luca, the new Pixar movie, is going straight to Disney Plus, not with Premiere Access, but just for free. Mr. Cody Newberry, friend of the show, don't know if you guys know him, he said to me the same day that it was announced, wow, they must not have a lot of faith in the movie. And I said, Soul came straight to Disney Plus with no Premiere Access. I don't think this has shit to do with quality. So that begs the question. Why is this happening? Why is Luca on Disney Plus for free? Is it they want more subscribers? Is it's a draw for subscribers? Do they think it's not going to do well in theaters? I'll tell you what I think. I'm the biggest mouse fan we have, and I'm very mad at the mouse. I also read, I think it was in this article, that a former editor for THR, who has like a verified Twitter account, it's like a pretty reputable source, tweeted out that he has a friend who is a not like executive at Pixar, but a pretty high up person at Pixar, and that apparently the morale at Pixar is fucking down because they have taken their last 2 movies now and have basically said, well, you're not good enough for theaters, you're not good enough for Premiere Access, so I guess we're just straight to DVD, basically streaming movies now. This fucking blows. Luca looked like it could have been the best Pixar movie in a while. I loved Soul, I loved Onward, I loved Toy Story 4, but Luca looked real special, and we had seen that trailer in the theater many times. It looked beautiful on the big screen. So this one really bums me out. I'm very upset. I hope they change their mind. I know they won't. But at this point, this won't even qualify for the Oscars or anything. This is a big fucking bummer. Maggie, what do you think?
Yeah, it is very disappointing, and I wish that we could know more of like the logic behind it. Like, in what world does Cruella make more money than Luca? Like, that just doesn't make sense to me. In theaters,
or in
and
general, I guess. Yeah.
And I don't know if it has to do with like they don't want groups of small children going to theaters, or like if they have like a COVID sort of justification. But I mean, when was the movie going to come out? July?
June.
Okay, so just honestly push it. Like, at that point, like I don't know. I hope that they reverse course on this in terms of like other Pixar movies in the future, because if morale is low, they're gonna put out bad product. and we don't want that. Yeah. I'm back now.
No, I think you were there. I cut out. I don't know if we both cut out.
Okay.
Koho, what happened?
You were both cutting out, so I was just like, hey.
Okay.
So,
Okay, so I heard what you said because we're in the same house, but yeah. So I think that honestly, I'm with Maggie. I'm interested to know what the reasons are. I think that I think about what you said about pushing it. I don't think they can do that because right now Encanto, which is the new Lin-Manuel Miranda Disney animation movie, is still set to release in November. So they can't really push it there for like Oscar season time. So it's kind of crazy. I don't know what they're gonna do with Pixar going forward. But if they're taking Pixar and turning them into a straight just Disney Plus movie studio, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. I'm going to be absolutely furious. Koho, what do you think about all this?
I'm not. I hate that it's going to Disney Plus and not like doing like the theater thing because I was really excited to watch that in the theater. But the thing that really bums me out more that you guys brought up is that it wouldn't qualify for Oscars because the Oscars haven't amended the rules to continue what they just did to this year. Plus, they're like adding new things and changing rules like that they had already announced from like last year. So like, it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be a real weird year if like we don't have Luca at animated feature and like that's weird. I wish it was coming out. Like it doesn't make sense.
I mean, if the movie sucks, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But I can't believe that it sucks. I have to believe that this is somewhat a good movie. And I think Cody said something to me the other day too where he was like, well, you're still gonna watch it. And I'm like, of course I'm still gonna watch it. Pixar is probably, if I'm being honest with myself and not just thinking about like my bias for Marvel, Pixar is probably my favorite movie studio. They have consistently made some of my favorite movies over the last 20 years, including my favorite movies. So it's like, it just baffles me. It blows my mind why of all the things they have coming out, that they choose this. I said to my boss at work the other day too, because she's a big Disney fan. I said, Disney Plus has already said they're making a name in like doing these live action movies. They have Peter Pan and Wendy coming out, the Pinocchio remake. They're doing all those Disenchanted, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. Those are all coming to Disney Plus. Am I happy about that? No, but they've already said way ahead of time these are movies coming straight to Disney Plus. So if you're going to take one off the schedule, why not Cruella? Why not Jungle Cruise? Because that shit's still coming out in July. So why not those movies? But yet Luca is the one that has to fall. It just it really sucks. I think maybe I might be reading too much into it, but it's weird. It's weird. Okay, let's move on to the next story. We're gonna talk about Disenchanted since I just brought it up. Casting. We got some James Marsden, Patrick Dempsey. Not Patrick Dempsey. Who did I say? James Marsden and Idina Menzel. Thank you. I saw Patrick Dempsey's face. Idina Menzel and James Marsden are going to be back in Disenchanted. This is great. Enchanted is a wonderful movie. Love that movie. Probably one in my top 5 Disney live action films. I really love that movie. Idina didn't sing in it, which is a crime against humanity.
Weird.
So she better sing in this one. But we have Amy Adams and James Marsden. I hope Patrick Dempsey is back. Do we know if he is or not?
Yeah, I think he is.
Okay. So I don't know what's going to happen. I don't think they've really announced a plot for this thing. But even though this is only going to be on Disney Plus as of now, I'm really excited. I hope this is one. I said to Maggie on this show, I hope this is something where they can kind of start to be like Netflix, where if they get something really special only on Disney Plus, they can maybe release it in New York and LA so it is eligible for Oscars. But it's good. I like this. I like this news a lot. Koho, what do you think?
I mean, she went to the animated world with James Marsden, so she's probably going to sing in the beginning of this movie, maybe. It'd be a crime to not have the wickedly talented Adele Dazeem perform in your movie. But I'm excited James Marsden's back. He's honestly probably my favorite part of the original. I think he's so funny and like worked really well as that just airhead character. And so if you put him back in this one, I'm excited that he's there to like inject comic relief. I just want that damn squirrel back. If that damn squirrel's not in this movie, what's the point? I don't want it.
He's a chipmunk. Okay. Koho, he's a chipmunk.
He doesn't wear a red sweater with an A on it. Okay, I don't
know. What is the chipmunk's name?
It's Maggie? Pip.
Pip, yeah, Pip. Pip is good. James Marsden is honestly probably my favorite part of that movie, other than Amy Adams. He's so good in it. Maggie, you are a big ol' Enchanted fan. What do you think about this?
I mean, I'm not surprised. Would they really be making a sequel without all these main characters? I hope not. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. Still disappointed that it's going to be on Disney Plus. But yeah, excited to see, what they come up with and what it, like, that last one had good ending. So I don't know what this is going to look like. And this is how many years later? I don't even know. So.
I think the original came out in 2007.
So many.
Watch this the one that Amy Adams gets her Oscar for if they just drop it in New York.
I doubt
she wins the Oscar. Will Timothy Spall return?
Be a crime if he didn't.
Yeah, I feel like the only one who wouldn't return would be
Susan
Sarandon? Yeah, because she, fucking died.
The movie's old enough. We could talk about
that.
The movie just starts and it says the dead speak. And we just bring her back.
The dead speak. Oh no. I will say, man, totally going off topic now. We saw that movie in the theater and I was so excited, and the dead speak came up on screen, and I just remember looking at Maggie.
This is very off topic.
And I just looked at Maggie, and I was like, "This is gonna be rough." I hate it. I still like the movie, but woof. Anyway, okay, let's move on to the next thing. Let's talk about that trailer, The Suicide Squad. It happened. I don't know, man. I don't know.
What?
I don't know. I liked it. I liked it fine. Like, I love James Gunn. I love the Guardians movies, especially the first one. But I don't know. I liked Stallone as the shark.
Yeah.
Like, I like that there's going to be a giant fucking starfish villain. That's fucking cool. I don't know. I guess it's very, here's the trailer. You don't really understand what's happening. I thought the whole dicks on the beach joke was kind of stupid. I liked the punchline of the who knows why like Mad Men do what they do or whatever. I thought that was funny, but I'm like, oh, we're making dick jokes. Okay, like it felt very okay. How do I say this? Birds of Prey felt R-rated without being like. Look at us, R-rated. We're R-rated. And this one felt like James Gunn is just like, oh, I can be an R rating. Let's talk about dicks. So, like, I don't know. Koho, you obviously are a much bigger fan of DC in the comics. So what did you think about this?
I was very excited when I woke up and the trailer was out. And I really enjoyed it. The Suicide Squad as a property is very hit or miss. And when it hits because it's exactly what this trailer looks like. It's because it's a bunch of characters that no one wanted to write about anymore, so they threw them on this team, and then a bunch of them die. And that's basically how those books worked, and that's how this looks like it's going to be. I laughed really hard at the opening, where you got Peacemaker in his tube socks sitting up in a windowsill with a gun, and they're like about to break in and get Harley Quinn. She's just like, "What's up?" And it's just, I thought that was hysterical. I loved Sylvester Stallone as King Shark all the way through. Just, we're all gonna die. I hope so. Yeah. I thought it was super funny and just like it was the perfect James Gunn feel of how I would have expected this to be. From watching the trailer, I am pretty sure I know like who's going to die, or at least I have a guess as who's gonna die. But Weasel looks fucking weird as shit. I'm excited, and then Starro being in this is awesome. Like, I never thought Starro would be in anything, and to have this giant fucking starfish that can mind control people be the bad guy of the Suicide Squad movie, I'm in. Let's go. It's gonna be fun.
Who is the Doctor Who character?
That is the Thinker, Peter Capaldi.
Who dat?
Basically, he's like a hyper intelligent dude who can like think up all these different plans and outcomes and shit. He's like basically he's an algorithm.
Is that the villain on the Flash?
He was the villain on the Flash.
In the wheelchair.
Yeah. In the wheelchair.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought that's what that was, but I wasn't sure. And Weasel, yeah, I don't know. And again, I don't know anything about these characters, but Weasel.
There's not much to know about them. They're all pretty one-dimensional, dumb characters, and that's why they're picked to just get shot.
So. Interesting. All right, Maggie, what do you think of the trailer?
I surprisingly didn't hate it. I have been very skeptical of this movie from the beginning. I don't think. Well. I don't know what I'm thinking at this point, but anyway, I'm still skeptical, but the trailer definitely made me more interested than I was before and a little bit more positive that I might like it, but we'll see.
Gunn did say Taika is not voicing Starro. So
is Taika in the movie?
Yes, Taika is in this movie. We just don't know as who.
Maybe he's going to reprise his role as Friend from Green Lantern.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I don't remember what the guy's name is, but I think he's going to be that guy again. Okay, so let's move on. We got a lot of Maggie's gone. We got a lot of casting news to talk about, all having to do with Worlds of DC, except for one. But we're going to go into the Worlds of DC stuff first. Again, I don't know shit about the characters we're about to talk about. So that's all Koho. The first one. We'll talk about the one that I don't really know anything about at all. And that's Pierce Brosnan, James Bond himself, the man who can't sing in Mamma Mia, is going to be in Black Adam, I'm assuming as one of the Justice League Society members.
Dr. Fate.
Dr. Fate. I don't know shit about this character, but am I right that he's in the Justice Society? Okay.
Yes.
Which has already been Aldous Hodge is playing Hawkman, we know. So now we have this casting. So
Noah Centineo is Adam Smasher. That's the other one I think we know.
Okay. I like Pierce Brosnan. I like him as James Bond, even though I don't like the movies. I like him. I pretty much like him in everything I've seen him in, even if the movie's terrible. So I think this is cool that he's going to be in a DC movie. We also just got the release date information. I think this is like July 22, so that's coming pretty soon. Koho, tell us, who is Dr. Fate?
So Dr. Fate has been many different people, but I assume they're taking the original guy of Kent Nelson, who's an archaeologist and stumbles upon this mystical helmet of Naboo. Naboo. Yeah, exactly. You can't really tell. I can never really tell how to say it. But basically, that helmet gives him the ability to do magic and shit. But that helmet is not a good helmet necessarily. So a bunch of different people have been that character. Hawkman's son has been Dr. Fate at one point. But Pierce Brosnan is interesting casting. I kind of like it. But Dr. Fate's a really interesting character just because he doesn't necessarily have the helmet is not necessarily his friend, and he doesn't necessarily want the power. So depending on the iteration they decide to take Dr. Fate, it can be really cool.
I think I missed you say what the powers are. What are the powers?
He's like Doctor Strange magic shit. It's magic bullshit.
Maggie, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'm like you. I don't really have any knowledge about this. I'm down for seeing him be in this movie, though. So.
All right, and the next piece of news with the Worlds of DC is we have some Shazam 2 casting. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say that this woman is one of the best. She's great in everything she's in, including Fast and the Furious. She's a goddess, and I think maybe now literally, I don't know. The movie's called Shazam, Fury of the Gods. And Helen Mirren is going to be playing the villain. Couldn't tell you what the character's name is, but I'm sure Koho is going to tell us. Koho, what do you know about this character and this villain? Is this good casting?
Honestly, Hespera is a character I'm not familiar with super strongly. I don't know the Shazam corner of DC very well. Helen Mirren's great and everything. I'm sure she's going to kill this. I'm very interested to see her play a comic book villain. I think that's going to be kind of fun. Like she's either going to like be just all out have fun with it, or she's gonna bring a lot of really cool gravitas to the part, and I'm super excited for either way she goes. So.
Yeah, I mean, having Mark Strong in the first movie is like cool because Mark Strong's in like every comic book movie ever made, and the fact that he was the villain is probably a great choice. But now I feel like we're just getting weird, and I'm into it. Maggie, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I'm super down for it. I love Helen Mirren. She's a badass, so I'm all about seeing her do things and action things too. Like, she's great in Red, so I'm happy to see her return to hopefully a similar badass role.
I don't think she's playing Shazam's grandma.
No,
Cody,
probably not, but that'd be super cool.
He did just say gravitas.
He did say gravitas. I know.
Who says?
I'll wash my mouth out with soap.
Wait, Garth is dropping some knowledge. One of the Hesperides, the nymphs of evening and golden light of sunsets. Well, cool.
Sure.
Whatever that means, she's going to be the villain. I'm very excited.
Like
Helen Mirren, like we've all said, pretty great in everything. This last piece of casting news that we have to talk about, I don't know how to feel about this. Thor 4. I feel like we keep talking about Thor Love and Thunder and casting that's coming with it. Russell Crowe. What? How? In what capacity? Unless he's playing like the play version of Fat Thor. Like, I don't know.
Dude!
I don't know what he's doing. Because they said in an undisclosed role. I like sick. Russell Crowe. Don't get me wrong. Unhinged, I think, is actually like, he's fucking great in that movie. The movie's not great, but he's good in it. He's always good, except for maybe Les Mis, and that's only because he can't sing very well. But like, I think he's good. So like, he's an Oscar-winning actor. We already have Christian Bale as the main villain, so we know he's not going to be like a big bad or anything like that. But I'm into this. I like Russell Crowe. It's just kind of weird. It's just fucking weird to me. Maggie, what do you think?
I mean, I'm into it. I agree that it's weird, and for all we know, it could be a tiny role. But I'm down. I'm interested to see what it is. I kind of almost hope that it's more of a bigger role. Like, I trust him. And I trust Taika, more importantly, but...
Isn't he Australian?
Yeah.
Russell Crowe?
Is he?
Yeah.
And Taika is Australian, correct?
No,
New Zealand.
I thought they were maybe having like a thing or something. Koho, what do you think?
My thought was that Russell Crowe is probably going to be like a Grandmaster, like, side antagonist who's like funny and not supposed to be like super menacing, and like I was like, I'm cool with that. Like, he's not the big bad, because that would offset Christian Bale, who's going to be terrifying in this movie, and so it makes sense to have like it, like the dynamic of Ragnarok was like, Grandmaster and Hela, so then you have one that's funny and just a problem, and one that's actually terrifying. And I think that's what I would assume Russell Crowe's doing. But if this man is cameoing as the actor of Fat Thor, even better. I'm in. I love that.
Yeah, I was just making a joke, but that would be kind of funny if that actually did.
You said it, and I'm like, let's go.
Is what ended up at Russell Crowe fighting around the Night Worlds. I think it's going to be weird and interesting, but I mean, we just keep adding names to Thor: Love and Thunder, and it's kind of insane at this point how full this movie is becoming.
It could be Bor also, because if we're talking about Bor, the grandfather, could be. If we're gonna do flashbacks, if Gore the God Butcher is killing gods, and we see flashbacks,
interesting.
Could be more.
Like a really quick one scene, like random Russell Crowe moment.
Yeah, Russell Crowe getting to be a badass dying or something.
I would be into it. Yeah. I would be into it. Yeah. You know what? I kind of like it. Okay. Hey guys, guess what? That's all we fucking got for you. We did that.
Oh, really?
Quick. The three of us. That was it. I saw not a lot of news this week, but good stuff nonetheless, except for the part where Disney sucks. So here's the dealio. Next week, me and Maggie are going to be in some new digs. Hopefully our internet is better. I got something else to share with the people. Coming very, very soon to a multiplex near you. This show is getting a little bit of a revamp. I'm very excited about it. We're not going to announce everything yet, but it's coming very soon. So be on the lookout for that. Probably get a new name. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Things are brewing, and I'm excited. So be on the lookout. We've got, I think, like 5 or 6 more weeks of the way that the show is now, the way it is. So be on the lookout for everything new. Warzone, Fandom, all the things coming this weekend. There's a new FANZONE on Thursday. YLS tomorrow, I believe, is 2016 movies.
2016 movies is the last week. We are doing normal things before we get to Top 100 Volume 3 with Kirk. So if you want to come see Cody yell at people for the last time for like 10, 11 weeks, before 10, 11 weeks of him being yelled at, then you're going to want to come watch. He's yelling at 5 people. We have a 5-person panel for 2016 movies. So check it out.
Who's on that?
That is Cameron Holtzman. That is Adelaide Spence. That is Paulo Yama.
Oh, Lord.
That is, can't remember everyone off the top of my head, but those are just 3.
That's already a lot of people you should be yelling at. So that's
exactly.
insane.
The shut up rule has already been put into effect. Garth is one of them. There we go. Garth's on this panel.
Yeah, that's insane. That's going to be a crazy show. So be on the lookout for that tomorrow. And I want to ask you this, Koho.
Yes.
While I have you still. Now I got to look this up, actually.
Yes.
Why is it that, so this is going to be episode number 97 tomorrow of YLS. Yeah. So are you telling me episode 100 of YLS is just going to be like a random week in the top 100?
Episode 100 is going to be the 70 through 61 of Kirk's Top 100 series. We will probably be doing a retro, like, hey, we miss what episode 100 is going to be. Here's an episode 100 makeup episode. I can't speak to it, but Cody and I will talk about it.
Sounds good. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, we'll be back next week, but be on the lookout for all the fun things. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week. Same time, same bat channel. Bye-bye.
You're still here? It's over.
She's out of our hair, and just when I dare to care, she says, au contraire, you're my pair of friends. I love you.
Keep it together, man.